Lily's going to hold a dumbbell. First things first, Lily's going to get her 360-degree breath. If you need a refresher on that, just go back to our other videos, especially the 360-degree breathing video. From here, let's say Lily's going to go to the right side. Okay, she's going to think about coming right down to right here. This knee's going to go forward, and she's going to sit back into this. Okay, today we're going to be going over the Cossack squat, which is not my favorite name in the world. A much better way to think about it would just be a lateral split squat or a frontal plane split squat. So if you want to think about it that way, great. I commend you, but conventional naming does call it a Cossack squat. So, Lily, can you get in a stance for this? So you kind of want to think about like a wide stance, somewhere like you may have just done like basic toe touches or something like that in like middle school or something. I don't know. We went to different schools. Lily, put that on the ground really quick. One thing I do want to talk about though is individual hip morphology or hip shape. So basically, each individual person is going to have a different hip structure, which basically translates to each individual person is going to have a different ideal stance width and toe out angle. Basically categorize hip morphology in three different basic ways. Neutral, which would mean that the femur is kind of coming off at a slight angle. Retroverted, which means that the femur is kind of coming off straight at a horizontal angle. And anteverted, which means that the femur is pointing forwards, but is actually kind of like rotated backwards and is kind of pointing back like this.
And that's kind of confusing, so just Google it and then you'll be able to see a photo.
Yeah.
A lot easier.
Anyways, all that really means is that just because somebody else may find it a lot easier in one stance, doesn't mean that you're going to find it that way, and that doesn't mean that they're right and you're wrong, or you're right and they're wrong. Just play around with it and find what works best for you. Some people at the beginning of this, when you're really limited mobility-wise, will find it a little bit easier to elevate your heels through this. Just know that it would be a little bit better from a mobility standpoint to work your way down to flat ground and bare feet. Okay, so with that little lesson in the books, let's get started. Okay, so Lily's going to grab the dumbbell. Okay, one thing to think about here is this is going to be one of those exercises where the dumbbell is going to actually help make this easier for you to maintain position as opposed to making it harder. So as you go down, you're going to want to have to bend over more and more. So stick that dumbbell out in front of you to counterbalance your weight and allow your torso to stay more upright. With your feet on the side that you're going, so say Lily's going to the right side, we're going to think about our tripod foot or our quad pod foot again. Base of the first toe, base of the little toe or the fifth toe, the 2 points at the bottom of the heel bone, or just think about the heel bone in general. We're going to think about splitting those spots and lowering down right between the medial and lateral arches, right about the center of the foot, about an inch above the ankle.
And I just want to give a warning almost that I bend over a lot because of the shape of my hips, the way my hip bones are made. So a lot of people are going to be able to do this staying more upright. So it's about finding the position that works for your body.
Yeah. And what we really want to do is just train positions we might find ourselves in. Okay, so if you might find yourself in this position, or if you think you might get hurt if you get into this position because your mobility sucks so much, then it's good to train this position. And how it looks is just how it looks. Okay, but the important thing is that you're getting into that position and you're getting better at handling that position.
And you're keeping all of the good, same fundamental principles of being balanced on your feet, of good breathing and bracing, and spinal positioning the whole time.
Okay, let's go.
Okay.
Lily's going to hold a dumbbell. First things first, Lily's going to get her 360-degree breath. If you need a refresher on that, just go back to our other videos, especially the 360-degree breathing video. From here, let's say Lily's going to go to the right side. Okay, she's going to think about coming right down to right here. This knee's going to go forward, and she's going to sit back into this hip. Good. Here, she's maintaining all this stability. This is rock solid. Now, it's important out of this position, Lily can come up to drive through the foot. Okay, come back down. One thing that we commonly see is people try to lift, try to get your upper back to the ceiling. See that? We get so low to the ground, go back down. We get so low to the ground, our body's like, shoot, I hate this so much, we just want to try to get out of it as fast as possible. You don't want to do that. We want to keep this solid, keep this spine in line, and drive through that foot. Through the foot, almost think about like hockey skating or something like that. It's like out to the side.
And let me tell you, if you feel soreness in your back after you do this, you're lifting with your back every single time. Your butt should be the thing that's feeling more sore than your back. So that can be a really good cue for yourself to know.
And for me, I find that when I go down to the side, I'll hit a point where it feels like I can't go farther, and then I'll just try to fight for like a centimeter more. Because for me, what I find is it really takes like the second set until I really feel like I'm doing these super well and as best as I possibly can. But if I don't fight for that little bit of room, extra room, that half centimeter each rep leading up to that second set, I'll just never get there.
It's not about perfection, it's about doing a little bit better than you did last time.
Yeah, we can always give more effort, especially when we're tired and don't think that we can give more effort.
100%.
So Lily's just going to do a couple reps here, and we're just going to walk her. Lily, just do 2 to each side. It's okay that this foot turns, okay? This femur is just going to need to rotate. What we're really looking for is the working side foot to maintain a flat contact with the ground, and this portion to stay as stable as possible. Notice how every rep, Lily's taking a big deep breath. You might be able to hear it, you might be able to not, but you really want to make sure you get this set before you go. Okay, Lily, can you face the drinking fountains and do 1 rep to each side so they can see? Okay. So just wash here and wash here. Come here, here, there, there. You may not get it, just try your best. Nice work.
These are my favorite.
Your turn.